Premier and Finance Minister Dr. D. Orlando Smith on Monday unveiled a $323 million budget for the 2017 fiscal year, with new fees geared at helping to offset some of the costs to the government. The Premier is projecting that $277 million will be used to run his administration's affairs, including recurrent expenses, capital projects, and interest payments for this financial year.
Included in this sum is some $5,488,350 in financing interest costs. We have further projected a contribution of $12,500,000 to the reserve fund, which satisfies a reserve requirement as agreed in the protocols for effective financial management. With this projected recurrent surplus of $33,238,000. We intend to utilize $15,920,000 for infrastructure development across the entire spectrum of government and $2,209,500 for capital acquisitions within the institution of government itself. Madam Speaker, you will further note in the budget schedule that is before you that we intend to utilize $26,700,000 in debt financing to further promote our infrastructural development program.
The Premier and Finance Minister says the high standard of living in the BVI requires appropriate revenue measures, which his administration has carefully selected to include in the 2017 budget. The new revenue measures, which will take effect this year, include an increase in cruising permits, a road maintenance fee to be added to vehicle registration costs, and an environmental levy to be charged at the airports. This is in addition to the new TRC fees.
With this in mind, Madam Speaker, we have been very careful to identify a few areas that we believe can sustain increases. Therefore, Madam Speaker, in order to meet this revenue target, we have revised our fiscal plan from that which we embarked on last year. While the details of this are outlined in detail in the medium-term fiscal plan, we have modified the revenue projections based on some modest increases in the following areas. Cruising permits, where we have planned for an additional $1.91 million. We have discussed this with the local industry, and these discussions have resulted in slight increases, which we both agree will be appropriate. Transportation maintenance fee, which will be a small fee charged when licensing vehicles. Madam Speaker, this will be implemented as a token sum to assist in offsetting the cost to maintain our roads. We expect to realize about $170,000 from this in 2017. Telecommunication royalties, which will be implemented as soon as we can finalize discussions with the Telecommunication Regulatory Authority and the telecommunication sector here in the BVI. This is projected to produce about $2.5 million. An environmental levy, which will be collected at the port of entry and meant to offset the protection and management of our environment, is expected to produce about $1.5 million.
In highlighting the BVI's debt stock for this fiscal year, Dr. Smith says increased borrowing of $23 million for infrastructural projects still falls within the agreed protocols for financial management.
Our projected debt serving requirements stand at some $15,920,000 in principal repayments for the year 2017. At the end of 2017, Madam Speaker, we expect to have an outstanding amount of some $112,920,000 in disbursed outstanding debt in central government itself, with an additional $131,650,000 by statutory boards and agencies guaranteed by central government.